So you just finished inking and erasing all those sketch marks. You scan. Can't wait to color this thing in the computer. But how do you get to coloring it while keeping those outlines solid? Well, if you'd like to know, then you come to the right place, because this is TrinEvolve Studios presents TrinEtorials. Tutorials straight from Trinidad. Broadcasting worldwide. Visit TrinEvolve.com for all your animation needs, whether it be advertising or education. And while there, you can also find a pretty interesting selection of indie art. That's right, independent art. We're talking films, animations, music, comics, and even games. Check out our Facebook, and remember, TrinEvolve Studios, educate, animate, motivate. Alright, so control your brains, kids, because you don't want to be distracted for this one. Okay, so first thing you want to do is go to Photoshop, and this is our scanned picture. As you can see right here, you're seeing everything pretty easy, pretty nice detail. We want to be able to paint on it, so what you're going to want to do is just Control A, and that selects all, or just select it all like that. Then Control C to copy, or just go edit, copy. You're in the layers panel. You're gonna want to go to the channels panel. There we go. If you don't have that window, then all you need to do is just go to Windows and Channels, and there it will appear in the right hand side of Photoshop. The thing about channels is there's RGB, and I'm gonna go right over here to image mode and change the channel to CMYK. Let's just say okay for now. Right, so you see there's CMYK, which is usually used for print. That's basically all they use it for. And that's cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. These are the shortcuts on the right hand side. And then you can go right back to RGB, which is red, green, and blue. And RGB is basically used for anything digital screening, video, etc., etc., while CMYK is used for print. Just FYI, channels are basically just different types of color information stored in your image file. Okay, so that's the red information, green, and blue. Photoshop basically helps you display these different types of information in your image file. What you're going to want to do now is create a new channel. Bam! It's an alpha channel. Now, alpha channels are also just simple channels that store information, but it's not about the color, it's about the transparency. And when something is transparent, you can see through it. Here's an example. This is picture 1. Whoa, that's transparent. Picture 2. Ooh, very transparent. Picture 3. Ooh, not transparent. Can you spot the difference? Yep, it's that big box. And here's how you can see. You can see that on picture 1, when I move it over other things, it doesn't have any white box or colored box around it that's obstructing your view. You know, it looks nice and smooth. You can put this on another drawing and move it around. Same thing goes for picture number 2. As you can see, you can just move that around all over these things. It doesn't carry anything outside of what its drawing is. So there is transparency outside of it. Now, go to picture number 3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's that there? It has that background there. So therefore, it doesn't really fit too well in some occasions. Easy way to see? is just by taking off a background, and then you can see for yourself what is there and what is not there. So transparent, and this part of this picture not transparent. So we're gonna paste that mother right down there by saying Control V, or you can go Edit, Paste, and of course on a Mac that would be Command V. And as you can see, it's pasted it right down there, but what we want to do is invert it. So you go Control I or Command I, or you can go to, I believe it's Image Adjustments Invert, right? And look at what that brings up. Blingity bling. It brings up your image in such a manner that you can see all the information that's going on, right? You see tons of stuff here. You're not just seeing, oh, that's the black lines that are now white, but you're seeing all this. And what you want to do when you get solid lines, or when you want to get solid black lines, is you just want to get rid of all that stuff. So what we do is we go to Image Adjustments, Levels. This is the levels of that channel. Pull the levels in towards each other of the black and the white, and of course this would be the mids. But when you pull these things together, as you can see, up, down, you're losing a lot of those weird scratches on the page. Basically the strokes that you don't want to have. And there's some that still remain. There's dots all over the place. That's not gonna be nice. That's not gonna give you a nice transparency. So what you want to do is you just want to go with your brush, and you want to make sure it's completely hard, right? And you can just clear that. Okay, sorry, let's go back. Make sure that it's black, right? Black on black. And you just want to get rid of them. Real simple, real easy, you know. I mean, look at that thing over there. You don't want that big ass thing messing everything up. Look at that. Nope. Right, so you just got rid of, let me see here, right? You just got rid of all that stuff on the page, right? Looks really nice, looks really clean. You're basically just gonna control click on the thumbnail of the alpha. Bam. Alright, so what that did is that just selected everything that was in white, and obviously nothing in black. Everything that's in black is gonna be transparent. At this point in time, that's how it is. Remember when we first made that channel, everything was black? Well, that's because it was a clean channel. Everything transparent. Alright, now, finally, you're gonna wanna Control C or Command C, or go Edit, Copy. That has copied the selection, because this is just a selection, you know. And we're going back to Layers. And in Layers, we're gonna make a new layer. Bam. Don't worry about all that stuff going on there. In fact, because this is your background, you can double click it to make it a layer that you can turn off, right? So now this new layer that you pasted, it's just a selection. What do you think you gotta do, man? Well, first we gotta check out our foreground color. It's black, completely black, and this tutorial is about black solid outlines. So, edit, fill, foreground color, okay, bam, kazam. And if it is that you see it's looking like this, you see how it's looking a little bit not very solid, then what it means is that when you were doing everything in the levels in the channel, you did not make it solid enough. So there's two ways around that right now, okay? Some people like this sketchy kind of look, but it's not what we're going for right now. What you can do here is you can just drag that into create new, which will create a copy. And as you can see, the difference is pretty amazing. Make another copy and it makes it even bolder if you really want that. Or you could just go back into the channel, but I don't really believe in that. So I'm just gonna select all three of those copies and merge them into one beautiful layer. I am gonna press C on my keyboard, which will make me have the tool to crop. And finally, what I'm gonna do is basically show you how easy it is to finally color on this thing. So let's give him some weird green ass hair. Alright, so you see, I'm coloring it and it's not affecting a damn thing. It's beautiful. One other thing, you can color on the actual outline by just going to lock here, and that's gonna lock transparent pixels. Bam! You see that little lock thing come up. When that is selected, when that layer is selected, now let me take let's say a yellow. Everything I paint is gonna be on just those outlines. So see? It's just painting the outlines. Control Z. Let's make a blue just for his glasses. Nice effects, you know, you can get some pretty cool effects with all this sort of stuff. I've done several things in this style, you know, and it's pretty easy. So there you have it. Alright, that's the end of this tutorial. Before I go, do you see this Derp Girl? Well, guess what? She appeared in this video at some point in time, before just now. And if you can comment on when it is that she appeared, then we'll give you a prize. And trust me, you're gonna love it. So until next time, YouTubers, I'm gonna take a few seconds just to be real and get a little bit deep with you, because I think it's fair and I think it's only right that you know why it is that we're doing all this and who it is we're doing for. We're doing it for all the artists, and that means Trinidad, that means the world, but all of this is so that you can be empowered no matter who you are or where you come from. You can educate yourself via these tutorials, via the internet, and because of that, man, you should never give up. No matter how young you are or how old you are, you should never give up. You should become independent, and that's why we've named our DVD, which has all of these kind of tutorials on it, as Way of the Independent Multimedia Artist. Back to basics, because really and truly that's all it comes down to, is being independent in every way possible, you know, even just to change the infrastructure of the country. And that's what we have to say about Trinidad, is that, but it's also the whole world, is that we, the artists, the people, have to change the infrastructure by doing the work ourselves and forming the businesses. That's why we advertise. We don't do it to show off. We do it so that we can utilize our talents better, you know, and make those connections, make the work that inspires, that brings a country wealth in mentality, not just in in outside physical things. And that's why these TrinEtorials were made, so that you can rise up. You know, you might not have the money to get this and that education, or even the time, because the infrastructure is so bad that you have to go and do 10 million other things, but you never get to do what you were meant to do. So wish you the best, warriors. Look for the Derp Girl.